Diddy's co-conspirators are snitching on him. We all have been waiting for information about Diddy's co-conspirators, and the feds just dropped new bombshell information saying that they are about to use statements from Diddy's co-conspirators, his employees, and more against him in his trial. I called it. I said that I felt like Diddy's co-conspirators were going to end up taking deals to flip on him and give up more information the second that I saw Diddy's assistant, Philip Pines, on the fall for Diddy, say that he testified to the grand jury and he showed so much evidence, text messages with Christina Korm, voice memos of Diddy, and more. And I said this again after Christina Korm just recently came out, after she deleted all of her social media accounts and everything after Diddy got arrested. And she said, I had nothing to do with anything. I don't know why I'm being named in all of these lawsuits. Here we go, because the government just put in a motion saying that they want to use statements from Diddy's employees, agents, and co-conspirators against him in this trial. And they said that this is going to also include witness testimony and evidence and numerous statements by the defendant's employees and agents, many of whom were also members of the racketeering conspiracy charge in the indictment. They said that they want to use statements from Diddy's employees. They also want to include text messages sent by Diddy's employees and recordings of Diddy's employees, as well as testimonies from witnesses. Also want to use statements from Diddy's co-conspirators, and they are saying that these are members and associates of Diddy's enterprise who were charged with accomplishing the purpose of this enterprise, fulfilling Diddy's personal desires, covering up Diddy's crimes, and above all else, preserving, protecting, and promoting the power and reputation of the defendant and the Combs enterprise. They also say at Diddy's trial, they expect to demonstrate that somebody among other employees were all co-conspirators who agreed to assist in at least some of the racketeering activity outlined in the indictment. That they plan to show that some of these people will include Diddy's security detail, including somebody named who often participated in acts of violence. There will be many other members and associates of Diddy's enterprise, naming somebody else again, who were aware of Diddy's multiple alleged assaults on female victims. Diddy allegedly enlisted the assistance of a multitude of staff members and assistants, including somebody to secure substances for Diddy's personal use and supply that to the victims both during freak-offs and at other times. This is a list of Diddy's co-conspirators or employees that the government intends to bring statements from in Diddy's criminal trial. These people will include Diddy's high-ranking employees, Diddy's security personnel, and senior leadership of Diddy's corporate entities. Also, Diddy's personal assistants who set up these freak-offs, which is exactly what Diddy's senior executive assistant Philip Pines said on the fall for Diddy when he showed all of these text messages from Christina Korm about setting off these freak-offs and even voice memos that we heard in real time from Diddy. They have multiple discussions from people who worked for Diddy as security personnel. Also have certain messages that they want to use from Diddy's security personnel, and also statements that one of them gave to employer number 3 about something. They even start talking about a senior executive at Bad Boy who is responsible for advancing careers of performing artists and in that capacity. And after seeing this, one of the first people that I thought about was possibly Harvey Pierre, because we know that Harvey Pierre was the president of Bad Boy for many years, and that is a senior executive role, but he was also a music executive, which also made me think that they now want to bring in a minor into Diddy's case to prove prior bad acts. And the first person that I thought of when I heard this was Anna Kane, who filed the lawsuit against Diddy and Harvey Pierre, alleging that she was S8 at Daddy's house at only 17. But Christina Korm also held senior executive roles for Diddy for many years, so it's hard to tell. But based off them saying controlling the music aspect of the artist, I'm leaning more towards Harvey Pierre. And then I saw this footnote that was really interesting. They said that these witnesses remained formal employees when they made certain statements, with the exception of one person who continued to assist the defendant even after his employment ended approximately in 2018. However, it is clear that whoever this person is continued to act as an agent of Diddy's, and his statements that will be offered were made within the scope of that relationship. Whoever this person is gave statements to Victim 4 court in 2023. They're trying to say that these statements from whoever this person is are admissible as co-conspirator statements because their relationship continued as a member in the racketeering conspiracy with the defendant even after his employment ended. Which made me think of James Cruz, who is also a president at Bad Boy around the same time as Harvey Pierre, but James Cruz left Bad Boy in 2018, and he is the same person that Cassie talked about in her lawsuit. Cassie said in her lawsuit, after that 2016 hotel incident that we all saw on CNN, she left her home and went to hide away at her friend's home in Florida. She alleged that James Cruz, the president of Bad Boy Management, tracked her down and told her that her single would not be released if she did not answer Diddy's phone calls. And I've been waiting to hear about Diddy's co-conspirators, but after a while and the closer and closer it got, I felt like a lot of these co-conspirators were probably trying to flip on Diddy to basically save themselves. Now it's looking like that is exactly what is happening, but y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.